Welcome to the Scbookgal and Friends Chat. We're going to be talking about the latest in book reviews, author interviews, and life. Come on in and join us. We're ready. Are you? Hey everyone, it's another Tuesday night, and how are you? That's good. That's good. I'm going to say down here in Charleston, it is beautiful, you guys. 75 degrees. Weather is beautiful. We had a little rain, so I'm not as stuffed up like I normally do, but your girl still got her tea. Big ups to KR Brankston. um, but for me, I'm good. I'm excited. It's something about graduation season that gets me excited. And this year, I'm extra excited because my baby girl is graduating from fifth grade. So that's a whole different ball grade because that sixth grade mentality is already there. Y'all pray for me, pray for me. But it is excitement in the air and it should be here because guess what? I am here with another author and another book. Y'all know your girl love erotica, right? Poetry and books, music. I love it. It's sensual, it's beautiful. But then there's always something behind it. Always remember that. And keep that in mind while we talk to this author. We have tonight joining us author Monica J. Mays. Come on up, girly. Come on up. Come on up. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I am great. So we're going to do all the little formalities, but me and you were talking behind the scenes,
Uh-huh.
and we just jump into that conversation after you tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Monica Mays. My pen name is MJ Mays. Um, Born and raised in Dallas. Um, Not a whole lot to tell. I love to write. I love to have a good story to tell through poetry, and I'm excited to start digging into this with you tonight.
So I'm gonna tell you guys, and I'm gonna be totally honest. I have two books I've done today. One book is it's around here. It's by Angela Thomas Smith and the crew, and it is I want to say it's either Gathering Lights or Shattered Dreams. That review is going to be out tonight. Then I have another review by author Wordsmith, Rain on Me. Yo, all I can say is, yo, I'm dropping that review tonight. And she's going to be, I have one more book before I do hers. So I'm going to be totally honest, you guys. We, as in me and you, we going into this one blind. But the conversation that we had before we got up here, I'm glad. Because now it's making me hunger for this book even more. But
Good.
before we go any further, tell us a little bit about your book while we bring up this masterpiece of a cover. Y'all, this cover is beautiful. So before we go to the book, tell us a little bit about this cover. Let's start with the cover first. Tell us a little bit about this.
So the inspiration behind the cover was simply depicting a relationship when it reaches a point where you just can't seem to connect. You know, one's hot, one's cold, and it just kind of ebb and flows. But one thing is, you have that desire to connect, to reconnect, to find something, if not within that person, but to find something that ignites your passion in your heart, that really creates that burning and that forever desire in your soul, which is what that heart symbolizes. So that picture kind of depicts the journey of what we go through in a relationship, in our relationships, even the good ones. There is still times where we feel disconnected. So again, when we're trying to connect, one of us is on, one of us is off, and we're still trying to make that effort. And in doing so, we sometimes tend to counsel each other out, mainly because of communication styles and us not actually hearing what the other person is saying because of how it's being presented.
Oh, y'all, she in front of my front door. She about to open up the door because I just had a conversation with somebody on the phone about this. Me and my daughter are going at it neck. People are not understanding. It is
Mhm.
not the words that you say, it is the way that you present. Girl, let me find out. You got some cameras in my house. Let me find out. Because
Might
I
just might
need to,
have one or two hanging around in there. Just might have one or two.
because this is the
But this is the
conversation I've been
conversation I've been
having
having
with
with
my mate.
my mate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I said it. I'm gonna be the first one. Yeah, there's somebody. And my daughter, and especially because she's coming of age. She's 11, and y'all know girls are. Oh Jesus. Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I told my son, thank God you came first because your sister's attitude is instant birth control. It's
Mm-hmm.
like,
Very
but
true. Very true. Uh-huh.
this what you're saying is so true. A lot of couples, and even where I work, I hear couples going at each other, and it's like, do you not hear what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
But then I have to realize it's delivery. So, what made you wanted to attack this subject or write poetry about this?
A lot of it just comes from, again, conversations, a lot of conversations that you have with your girlfriends. Sometimes it's sparked from things that I see on TV. You see everybody goes through the same phases of life, especially when it comes from relationships. One of the things that I have found is that men have a really hard time speaking to their partner and being vulnerable enough to say, this is what I need when it comes to the bedroom. Sometimes women, especially of a certain age, because of how we were raised, we don't talk like that. We were not raised to speak like that. You know, you're church going woman. We don't do this. We don't do that. You know, grab your pearls, put your church hat on, flip that brim down. Like those are not conversations that we have. But because we're not having the conversations, the relationship goes without. The relationship tends to suffer. Then you have the conversations with people you're not supposed to have the conversations with. And old dude is like, oh, this is my chance to get in there. So he starts becoming everything that you desire because you're more comfortable having basic free flowing conversation with him than you are actually sitting down with your mate and being transparent and saying, this is what I need. Especially when you're wanting to be experimental in the bedroom. That's like an ultimate no no. But guess what? He may want to as well, but your energy has not told him that it's okay for him to approach that subject. You know, this is what we do. This is all we do. Or maybe I'm needing something from you as far as when I'm feeling vulnerable, but you got me on this thing where I'm a man and I'm supposed to be a man all the time, and I'm not supposed to ever feel like I'm lost, like I want to communicate, but I don't have the words, but I kind of want to show you. You know, he doesn't feel like he can do that. How do you create a safe space for him to be completely vulnerable with you in all aspects? In all aspects, we tell you you can be vulnerable. Yes, we'll pray for you. We'll tell you that, but does he really feel comfortable coming to you being vulnerable enough for then you to fall down on your knees with him in prayer? He does not. How do we create that? So this book came from all different sides of a relationship. We have to really make room. We say a lot of catchphrases, but we don't have no action behind it. We don't. So how do we do it? Everybody is talking, go to therapy, but once you leave, you got to put those things into action. You just can't
Bingo.
go, I can do that. It's repetition. It's repetition. And then there are a lot of times it's, I have to step back so that I can see him. I can honor his feelings. I can validate his feelings. He can honor my feelings. He can validate my feelings. It doesn't mean that anybody is right or wrong, but everybody likes to be right all the time. Everybody's in this self serving environment. But when you're so busy being self serving, you forget how to serve. And that includes your mate, that includes your friends. You forget how to be of service. So this book brings it all back full circle, and it brings you back to the foundation of who you're actually supposed to be in service to in order to open up those gifts. So when you can serve him, you can serve them. But until you start serving him so you can serve them, you're going to run around looking for something to plug up to so that you can feel more of this, so you can have more of that, so you can become more of that. But all of that is contingent upon whoever you plug into. This book tells you you plug up to nobody, not a physical person here, but you got to find all of that and know that you are the complete package. So when you show up, he doesn't complete you, he is an addition to it, just like putting on a pair of earrings. He makes me look even better. This book's bring it full circle. So don't just read it and take it for what it is. These are conversations.
You done hit so, and I'm speaking my color. Kitchi, you done hit too many. Yeah, Lord, the mind is just all over. You, I don't even know where to start because it's like you hitting so many. Man, you at my. Do you want a meal? Because you already walked in my front door. You already turned my TV off. You sitting next to me at the kitchen table. What do you want to eat? Because you have set a table with so much information, so much thing that has opened up my eyes, and we have only been on here for 10 minutes. How, Lord Jesus, where do we go? How does your poetry does it oh Lord, does it just open your eyes, or does it give you solutions on how you should talk, how you should communicate, how you should watch your tone, how you should present yourself to him, how you should, even in vice versa? Well, we'll leave that question because that's a great question next. But how
Mhm.
does your poetry help bring this blue hand, this ice and this fire together?
So it starts the conversation. It starts
Mm.
because that's the first problem. Before we can talk about how do I talk to you, we got to talk first. We got to want to have the conversation. And a lot of times we look at each other and we're having the conversation, but it's totally being missed on the other side because you're wanting to talk to them, but how do you start it? Where it's going to be received? Because again, we have to accept the fact that they're wired differently. And as soon as you start with "I feel," that garage door comes down. They can't process that. Everything has to be fact. In looking at our relationship, I was reading this and what I found, and you pull something out and you make it a conversation, that's something that he can begin to engage you with because it takes away you talking about how you feel. And it takes him away from getting ready to become defensive. So it removes that so that you can talk. And now he's ready to hear you. In having the conversation, remember, you don't handle people. That is a phrase that I have never liked. You take care of people with your words. The same courtesies and considerations and kindness that you need, they need that too. So how do you want that information to land? So for a lot of people, they start with, I was reading this and it made me think about us. So there's a poem that talks about the first time, and I thought about the first time we met and all the feels I had from that point all the way up until like the day we got married. And I'm just wondering, how do we get back there? His response is going to be, where are we? Here's the conversation. And we keep going from there. Now, the second book is going to give you more of a foundation. But first, I got to give you something to stand on. I just can't take the top of the table and put it on anything. It won't work. So first, I want to give you your legs, and I want to give you somewhere to start. Then I'm gonna give you the tabletop, and the third book is gonna give you the chairs. It's gonna give you the tablecloth and the napkins and everything you need so that you can forever eat. And keep in mind that How you communicate today is not how you're going to communicate in 5 years. And it should not be. It because you're growing, he's growing. And now that you have this communication style, sometimes you do have to change it up because what landed when he was in his 20s don't hit when he's in his 30s. You're going to miss it when he's in his 40s. You have to pay attention and see how do I need to alter how I present information so that I'm actually getting what I need from him. And in return, I'm able to give him what he needs.
So you hit me again. So now you got to fix your breakfast in the morning. I have to come to your house to cook breakfast or
Okay.
DoorDash or Uber Eats you because I thought, and I was under, you would say the I feels. And you're totally right because when we have the conversation of the I feel, the other person does jump on the defensive.
They
Man,
can't
look at you.
they can't process that. And that's fine. Give facts, but don't give facts in an accusatory tone. It is I remember when and I wish we could have that back, but better. How do we get there? Now he's ready to talk because they want to solve something. Now you've given him something to solve versus the accusatory versus the I feel he can't process any of that. All of that means I need to get ready to defend because she's not happy about something. Let me get in, get out. I don't know. Let me play like I'm asleep. Let me do something to get out of the way of whatever this is because I just can't seem to do anything right. We got to present whatever it is that may be bothering us like a puzzle for him to solve. Let him get into it.
Because,
And as he's figuring it
because
out, we're helping you. So think jigsaw. I put all the pieces on the table. You don't have to put this together by yourself. We're going to do this together. And sometimes it helps. It sounds crazy, but sometimes it helps to go get one of those jigsaw puzzles at the Dollar Tree or something, and you put the pieces together. So, I just want to have some I don't know, some just wild, crazy, and it sounds wild and crazy to me because it's something that little kids would do. But let's just sit down. There's no TV. Maybe you got a little glass of wine and you got that music playing from back in the day when y'all first met, and you start the conversation like, you remember when we went out and they played that song? I remember, and now you all are distracted. And for as much as you're putting this puzzle together, you're actually having that level of communication. And he's solving two things at one time. You're going to get the best conversation. You're going to walk away with a resolve, and then you're going to know what to do next because now he's heard you.
how did you come up with it? I know you said this book was a conversations that you have with your girlfriends.
Mhm.
But what made you want to compile all these conversations into this book of poetry that apparently all us need to get a copy of? Because God, oh, I forget. I don't know. I'm about to say something. That's not. I'm like, how? Oh
It's
my
it's the
God. Like,
it's really it's the conversations that we're already having, but we're having them with the wrong person. So that's why I compiled it. Because I'm sitting here and I'm like, we're having a conversation. I've been guilty of it. I've had the conversations with the girlfriends where we're sitting here and we're talking. We can't solve the problem that we're talking about, but it's just good to have everybody together have the same problem. And we're sitting here and it was like five of us on the phone and we're just crying, going, I just want to be loved. Like we've had the conversations, but how do you have the
yes.
conversation when you're in that relationship? We didn't feel comfortable enough because we didn't know how to have the conversation. But if we knew how to have the conversation, if we had the tools to have the conversation, then a lot of us would be in longer relationships, healthier relationships, and we wouldn't have these open relationships where you're opening the door for somebody to come in and start to be those things that she's not being, be those things that he's not being. You know, He opened the door for her because she's more adventurous. You never even opened the door to the idea. Therefore, he's afraid to talk about some of the more intimate stuff that he may want to try. Is that on him or is that on you? Have you made him feel like he can't be open enough to come to his wife, his woman, and say, I would like to try this. And if you don't like it, that's fine. But a lot of men don't feel comfortable. They just kind of go with the flow. And then what happens is, you got Becky with the good hair. She's all about it. She is she's down for a good back blowout any day of the week. She's okay to hang from the shower curtain rod. He really wants that to be you. But is he comfortable enough to come to you and say, grab hold of this pole, babe, let's do something real quick? No, he's not. Because our first response, especially depending on the age group, you'd be like, "Oh, what? Oh, wait a minute.
That
Who,
is so true.
who you
That
been
is so
talking
true.
to? Boy, you better go on in there, sit down somewhere. You know we ain't finna do all that. Better go on. First of
I'll
all,
never forget.
right, right. We gonna tell
I'll
you,
never
my blood
forget.
pressure go up. My leg don't go back there like that. You can't hold my arm like that for too long. All of these things, and all of these things have solutions. But it starts with the conversation. And when you have the conversation, as you're talking, you can find that next level of intimacy. Because after you've been with somebody for a while, again, everything, just like for you yourself as an individual, there are different layers to us. As we get older and we're in that relationship for a little while, we have to start peeling back some different layers and start doing some different things. Because by then, we've been together 15, 20 years. We got to do something different. Like we already know, we're going in at 9, we're going to be through by 9:15. You have to figure out something to keep that spark going. You got to figure out something. And doing this, um, I did a clothing line, and one of my models came to me after she read one of the poems before I put it in a book. And she said, we had lost that spark. But I read this and I talked to you and I went back and did everything that you said. She said, let me just tell you this. From the time we hit that door after this show, clothes were flying. I said, that's enough. I don't want to hear no more. Glad you got your mojo back. Glad I can help you, girl. Good. I'm good. She said, just know it was a different level because we had conversation and we had conversation after the fact, and it wasn't like analytical to see like, do you like this, did you like that? It was a loving conversation, and it was easier for him to say to her, this is what I like, and then she was able to say, and I adore this about you. So then he got that, and then she gave him a little bit more. So she's talking one language, he's talking another, but the way she's speaking to him is making him more comfortable to keep speaking to her. And it was a different level for them, and they have just been going strong ever since. So from that I was like, maybe I do need to put this in a book. Oh wow, okay, let's do it.
Okay. She answered that question. So, what have you ever heard of any men who've read your book, and have you heard of any reaction from them?
Oh yes, oh absolutely, absolutely,
Oh,
because it's written from both sides. you know um it's some of them are written from a male's perspective, some of them are written from a woman's perspective, some is written just kind of outside looking in. Some of them is just an internal perspective from the men. It was a whole conversation. It was like, okay, first of all, the fact that you're able to write that from a man's perspective, okay, we need to have a different conversation around that, because that there that you said was everything that me and my boys be saying. So I'm trying to figure out how you even got that. I was like, I just had to tap into my dude, just had to tap into my dude. I was able to figure it out. I was able to figure it out. Um, it was real enlightening for them. They were like, yeah, yeah. See, if you talk to me like this, I can get it. Like I can meet you where you are. I can understand everything that you're saying. This was different, but everything that you were saying, even from a woman's perspective, if she like left this poem for me, I would get it. And she wouldn't have to say it. I'd be like, okay, baby, I got it. I said, okay, good, good. He said, but I'm just tripping on the fact that you're not even wired that way, but you're able to communicate what we need emotionally for us to feel safe. And some of the pieces that they read is actually in the second book, and they're like, this is because I am vulnerable.
Hold up, hold up. Did
No.
you say a second book?
Yeah, there's book two that will be coming out soon, and that's going to be a little bit more balanced with a little bit more of the men coming out because it also needs to be a place where they can say, I can't say these words because I'm not yet comfortable. But baby, here, read this page 37. Read this right here. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That right there. Let's talk about it when I get home. You know, and there's a way where he can take present it where to
Oh,
her it sounds like, oh, because that's how we are. We are all in love, but he's saying something else beyond what you're reading. Again, it gives you the foundation to start having a conversation, and that's all he's looking for. He's just looking to soften the approach so that when he does talk to you about it, you know where he's coming from, and you don't come off with your feelings or you're being defensive because he is wanting to make a request to you in making him comfortable enough to ask you for something, to do something, or to say something, or maybe to be something, or maybe to create a space for him that's never been created before. And he doesn't want it from anybody else. But he sees that if he doesn't get it here, she ready. And right now I'm talking to her. She's a listening ear. You don't want the listening ears.
okay. Um, dang, you got me speechless. Cause you done walk in my house, open up the back door, let the dog in the house.
Oh,
Somebody cat we trying to ever take care of, and you have everybody sitting at the table, and I'm like, she done hit all of it. Okay, you guys, you see the book. If you look at the bottom of the screen, that's the link. Yeah, Lord, girl, you got me thinking. Oh my God, you got me thinking. And I understand you guys, it is a book that is erotic poetry, but if you take the concept of this,
mhm.
you can apply it to everyday life. And I think
Absolutely.
it'll make conversations way more easier because a lot of us do not know how to hold a conversation. You know, everybody's talking, but nobody's listening. And
Hmm.
I'm a firm believer, and I do have a problem with this because sometimes I have to make it's written all over my face, but I always tell my daughter, if I'm talking and you talking, who's listening?
Right.
Because I'm trying to make sure you get your point across. I'm
Hmm.
trying to make sure I get my point across. You're trying to make sure you're getting point across. And the points are doing this, flying right past each other. So
Right.
I understand you guys erotic book, but like I say, the things that she's saying, if you look past the sexual part of it, this is something that you can use in your daily life.
Absolutely.
So, Miss Mays, there's some part of South Carolina Book Gal chats that I don't think you know much about, but I'm going to
Okay.
introduce you.
I'm ready.
It is called the fun question. So, we're going to bring you back to the couch. We're coming back to the couch.
Okay. Oh,
I have
excuse me.
Lifetime on the line. They love your book, but they want you to choose one poem out of your book.
Okay.
What poem would that be and why?
So the question would be, am I choosing my favorite poem out of the book, or am I just choosing a poem out of the book?
Let's go with your favorite poem out the book.
Oh gosh. My favorite poem would be Phoenix.
Phoenix.
It would
All
be
right.
Phoenix.
Well, you know what? Tell us why Phoenix.
Phoenix is about self-discovery. It is about realizing that all the things. So in reading it, it is towards the back of the book. It is about in all those other moments prior to right now, I was trying to find all this stuff in all these other people when it was really right here. Like I had it. I am the key. I am the masterpiece. But I'm sitting here feeling lost. I'm feeling like I don't have this or I'm not enough of this. But I was all that and then some. Now it's time. I've been here. I've been supporting. I've been pushing. I've been all these things to all these people. And now it's time for me to step up and let the world see me. Let the world hear me. Allow them to feel and know my presence. It's my time.
Oh Lord Jesus, she down here. That's what. Oh, she sound like my Angelo. My Angelo. Okay, Phoenix. Lifetime said, okay, great. We gotta find someone who can speak this poetry, bring this poetry to life.
Mhm.
What '90s actress would you choose to recite this poem, and why?
Felicia Rashad.
Ooh,
Felicia Rashad.
ooh. Why Felicia Rashad?
There is a sense of purpose. There is elevation. There is acknowledgement. There is acceptance. There's empowerment. There's uplifting. There is encouragement. There is inspiration, all wrapped in love and grace when she speaks.
Oh Lord
And I
Jesus, she
love
done did
her.
it. Excuse me, she done did it again, y'all. She done got me. She got me so speechless. She got me coughing. Lord Jesus. Okay, Lifetime said, okay, we have the poem Phoenix, and we have Felicia Rashad. We loved
Mhm.
it. It is beautiful, but we feel that she should be talking to a male, and we want you to choose a male that is going to represent for the brothers or the male counterpart in your book. Which '90s R&B singer would you
Oh,
give that title to, and why?
oh, that's a good one. Um, I don't know if there is one in the 90s that is worthy of that title.
Oh, so who we going to? Let's take away the '90s. Who do you
So
feel is
when,
worthy?
when, when when I think about somebody that can take a brother and understand where he is and be able to encourage that brother to move forward as a singer and do it in love, there are a couple of people. First of all, I think of Peebo Bryson. I also think of um,
Mm.
Jeffrey Osborne.
You won't. Sorry. Mm, mm, girl, girl, you about to make me play that tonight while I working.
See, so
What?
in just reading like the poem first time, that was married with Peebo Bryson. I'm so into you. What better way? No matter if you just met her, if you still married to her, if it's been a long time since you loved on her, you walk in the house and he's playing that and he's looking in your eyes. Oh man, he took you back to the first time y'all got together. It don't matter what you got on. You just got lost in everything about how that man loves you. And in that moment, he is consuming you with every aspect, all the essence of who he is and the love that he has for you. He's giving that to you and how he's looking at you and how he's telling you, despite and in spite of all things. Girl, I'm so into
Y'all
you.
hear her voice? Y'all hear her voice? I know you are planning to do an audio book of this. You have to.
I have
The
been asked to
way
do an
your
audio.
voice, oh my God, the way your voice just did that just now. And I can hear you speaking the poetry. Like literally, when you did that just now, I saw you. at somebody's wedding. What was y'all? What movie was that? Tyler Perry. Well,
Yes, yes,
homegirl,
yes. I know which one you're talking about.
I see
Mm-hmm.
you up there as Maya Angelou when she was reading that poem to girl audio book, audio book. Oh Lord, okay. We got Phoenix, we got Felicia, we got Jeffrey, we got Peebo. But Lifetime says every good movie, because all this is going to be put into a movie,
Okay.
has to have that one soundtrack that covers it all. What song, and it doesn't matter what era, would you say is your book in music?
Gosh, all of these are really good. Gosh, this song is the soundtrack to the book.
It's the soundtrack. So you know how we got that Wait and Exhale? And it was for me, that one was Let It Flow. That was the song for
It's
me.
not. It's not a soundtrack, but
What do we
this is what I hear in
what do you hear?
thinking about that question. I hear Teddy P and Stephanie Mills feel the fire because something that you told me it stayed all night long. Again, this is speaking from having the desire and then wanting the desire. You wanted me to love you when you said simply reach out and touch me.
You know, she want me to reach out and throw this laptop across this computer over here. Girl, audio book,
It's not
audio
a
book.
soundtrack, but in hearing that, it covers all aspects of it because it's something that you told me. Because 9 times out of 10, we done told him before. He just didn't get it because of how we presented it. 9 times out of 10, he didn't told us before. We didn't get it because of how we didn't get it. But it was said and it stayed there because when he brings it up again, we quick to respond. So it stayed in your head all night long. Yeah,
Oh,
feel me. And in my mind, I love the remake that Peebo did when he says, I want to feel you. Oh my God.
okay, so it's official. I am. These are the fun questions that I give to everybody, and you have stumped me
Oh,
because I don't even know what to say because I'm hearing audiobook, man. You have to put this in the audiobook. This is going to save some couples. This is going to save some. Can you tell us how we can get a copy of the book? Where we can get it from?
you can purchase the book on Amazon. You can actually purchase it also on Love in Color. Um, I am extreme. You can also message me through TikTok or Instagram, and you can get a copy of the book directly. And that, if you message me through Instagram or TikTok, you will receive a signed copy of the book. But only if you message me through those two ways will you receive an autographed copy of the book. And I look forward to sharing more of the poetry, and I just may do that audiobook. Oh wow. I've gotten a lot of requests to just read. Even when I did like a soft opening, a soft book launch, everybody was like, "You really just need to read this. I don't want to read it now. I just need you to read it and how you deliver it." I was like, you know what? I just may have to do that audiobook. I may have to do it.
They are absolutely correct. Whoever told you that, they were correct because I'm hearing it. I'm feeling it. And I'm thinking to myself, dang, this, this might have to do some rearranging of the schedule on this one here. What we talked about earlier, you might have to
Yeah.
rearrange, push you to the. But give us the rundown on how we can follow you, um, where we can, if you have a newsletter, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We do have some of the information at the bottom, but just give us the rundown in case of those who just want to, who are already on their device and just want to go ahead and hit you up. Just give us that rundown.
Yes, yes. So you can follow me on TikTok under MJ Mays. You can follow me under Instagram. Definitely get it on the link below because it is long, and some people, they have a hard time with spelling that because just FYI, I do also make lingerie to go along with the poetry. So yeah, so that kind of gives you a little bit of air of that because I'm gonna get you right. I'm gonna get you right. If you're gonna go talk to him, we're gonna set your whole night up.
She,
We're gonna set you
she,
up from beginning to end. So you always gonna win, and he's gonna be a happy fella. So that Instagram is going to be Impenitente Talegega Sexy. It is Italian for my size is sexy. So please do look for me and follow me. And I will definitely be popping out with some teasers from time to time.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now. See this beautiful little thing right here? Yeah, yeah, mm-hmm, yeah. In a little while, I've already made my mind up that it's going to happen.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and do it.
I was autographed copy of the book.
Now remember now, she's saying she got the book and she got lingerie. So y'all know what? Y'all know her name is Monica. If we see a bunch of generation of kids from this podcast with the middle name MJ or Monica, send all child support payments to her. Because she caused it. Okay? And I'll make sure y'all have her social media information so she can run from the state. Okay? I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna make sure.
I got 1 meal per
Thank
child.
you.
Come on through here.
I really appreciate you being with me tonight, man.
Thank you.
You
Thank
just
you for
don't know
having me.
how much I enjoy this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So
Thank you
you
for
guys,
having
you
me.
know, right after this, right? You can catch the replay, right? I'm gonna go ahead and post it. I'm gonna send it to her, but I'm gonna go ahead and post it. You guys, this was awesome, and it wasn't one of those. Oh my God, it was soft. It was sweet. It was educational. It was sexual. It just wrapped it all up, gave it to you in a pretty bow, and said, "All right, time for you to go present." So y'all go and present. I'm gonna see you next week where I'm gonna have another author and another book. Y'all make sure y'all join me here.